Well, we try not to use the word turnover. I mean, it's ball security. We don't try to plant that. Turnover to me is from an offensive side is a negative. It's a negative cliche, I guess you could say. I'm more about the positive part of it and ball security. Ball security, 100% ball security. That's kind of what you're stressing.
Are there certain tactics you can use with Cole that maybe were different from Taj, or the running backs different from Hot Rod? Any of those things that you train?
I mean, we speak the same language, and the language that we're going to speak is going to be the same to our guys, to all positions. That's an area of the football field part of the game that everybody can coach. The O-line coach can coach the quarterbacks in ball security. So if he sees the quarterbacks in poor ball security, he can address that right then to that guy. And that's everybody being held accountable. So, ball security is huge.
Fair to say that's been the biggest difference in bigger games that go on?
Well, I think so. I mean, you look at it. I mean, I think it's in any type of game that you don't play as well, probably somewhere in there turnovers and poor ball security come into play. So it's always an emphasis. It was my first year. It was probably when football first started. They probably taught ball security, and so that's nothing that hadn't changed.
Because Cole throws a different kind of ball than Taj does. Do you tweak how you run routes, or is it more of a matter of calls and putting guys?
We're going to be who we are, and Cole is going to develop his own identity. I'm excited about Cole. I think Cole has a chance to be really special. He's led this football team as far as he can lead them right now. I mean, he's leading them every day, and he's fixing to take the snap, being 0-0 with a score tied 0-0, and now the leadership is going to kick in. You got to win some ball game now.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were just in shorts and t-shirts today, but did anybody on the offensive line?
It's hard to say. I mean, there were some busted assignments. There were some good assignments. I mean, it's really hard to say. I thought the energy level was really good, though, and that's what you really wanted to see.
You're going to be missing two of those guys on the offensive line for the first game. Does that alter the way you try to craft a front five?
No. We'll right now we're going into this thing, and we'll get into that as we get about 12 to 15 days from the game. We'll start narrowing these things down, but right now, no.
What kind of lessons did you guys learn from last year? It's a similar deal where you got a lot of moving parts, and
I mean, I just think you take one day at a time, really. I mean, that's the biggest thing. We're heavy install today, heavy install tomorrow. We're going to be heavy for about the next 4 or 5 days. We're going to throw a lot at them.
Tyshawn died. I think it was Dabo who talked about how he impressed everybody in this program, and he hasn't even played it down. I mean,
right.
What's he done right as he waits his turn?
Well, I think you see he's patient, and he's got an unbelievable desire to be successful, and so the average person probably would get really frustrated if you were in his shoes. He's been able to be patient through this whole process. So I think that Tyshawn he's waiting his turn. His turn's coming, and he'll be just fine.
Do you see an opportunity for him early on based on how many practices he misses?
Well, I mean, once we get him on the field and in live contact, we'll address it from there. But right now, I mean, we're still a ways away.
It seemed like it was business as usual today amongst the players. With a more veteran group, does that allow you an easier time with the installs and that sort of thing?
Well, I mean, we're a veteran group, but we're a veteran inexperienced group. I mean, there's very little experience with our veterans. Unlike the defense side of the ball, we got a lot of veterans that have played. I'm going to overload them, to be honest with you. I'm going to find out what we can do and what we can't do. That's what fall camp's for. And really bearing down on them and straining them both the way you coach them and mentally and physically, and see what they can handle. And then when you get to a certain point, then you back out of that thing.